The courtroom is a storm waiting to explode. The walls, once just walls, now carry whispers of betrayal, of heartbreak, of promises broken under the weight of too many shared lives. Cameras aren't allowed inside, but if they were, this would be the trial the whole country couldn't look away from. Christine sits on the plaintiff's side, her hands clasped so tightly that her knuckles are pale. Her lawyer whispers something to her, but her mind isn't in that room. It's replaying years of pain. The laughter that turned to arguments, the family dinners that became silent meals, the man who promised her forever but gave her fragments. Across from her, Kody leans forward in his chair, attempting to project control, but his jaw is tight. He hates this. Not just the court, not just the attention, but the feeling of losing. For Kody, this trial isn't about truth. It's about power. "All rise," the bailiff calls. The judge enters. A stern woman with a calm face that masks decades of wisdom. She sits, adjusts her glasses, and begins. Case number 2461, Brown versus Brown plaintiff Christine Brown versus defendant Kody Brown. Allegations include emotional manipulation, financial misconduct, and custody disputes over minor children. The judge continues, "Counsel, are both sides ready to proceed?" Christine's attorney nods in agreement. So does Kody's attorney, but not without camouflaging just a tinge of unease. First witness is called Janelle. She walks up to the witness stand, her composure undaunted but her spirit shaken. Torn, she still cares for them both. The courtroom watches her every step, sensing her testimony may tilt the case. "Mrs. Brown," the attorney begins, "how would you describe Christine's emotional state during the final year of her marriage?" Janelle hesitates. "Broken," she says finally. She was holding everything together for the kids. But Kody's attention was somewhere else. It was like watching someone drown while pretending to swim. Kody shifts uncomfortably. "That's not true," he mutters, but the microphone catches it. The judge gives him a sharp glance. "Mr. Brown, you'll have your chance." Christine closes her eyes, fighting the urge to tear up. She cannot believe it has come to this. Her sister wife is being forced to testify against the man whom they all once trusted. Robin, who sits quietly behind Kody, squeezes his hand. Her face is soft, but her eyes burn with anger. To her, this is betrayal not just of Kody, but of the family they built. Then comes Mary. When she is called, a ripple of tension spreads. No one knows which side she'll favor. As she takes the stand, she avoids Christine's gaze. "Mrs. Brown," the attorney says, "how would you describe the family dynamic during the months leading to the separation?" Mary exhales, tense. Every conversation became a debate. Every decision was questioned. But Kody wasn't listening anymore. He'd already chosen who he wanted beside him. The lawyer leans in. "And that was?" Mary hesitates. Then, softly, "Robin." Gasps ripple through the courtroom. Kody's face hardens. Robin's eyes glisten with sudden tears. Christine's lawyer steps closer. "So you're saying favoritism caused division in the family?" "Yes," Mary says, her voice trembling. "From the inside, it destroyed us." Christine looks down. She didn't want this. She didn't want to drag Mary or Janelle into her pain. But now, the truth is no longer hers alone. It belongs to everyone watching. Kody's attorney stands. "Objection, Your Honor. Speculation. Mrs. Brown's opinions aren't evidence of misconduct." "Sustained," says the judge, but the damage is done. The seed has been planted. The courtroom empties halfway during the short recess. Christine sits in silence, looking at her reflection in the polished table. Her lawyer leans in. "You did the right thing, coming forward," she says softly. Christine nods, her voice cracking. "Then why does it feel like I'm destroying everything I once loved?" Kody, on the other side of the room, paces in tight circles. "She's lying," he says to Robin. "She's twisting it all to make me look like the villain." Robin finally chimes in quietly, "Then show them who you really are." Court resumes with Kody's attorney beginning cross-examination. "Christine, you have accused my client of emotional manipulation. Yet, isn't it true that you chose to stay in the marriage for over 20 years? Christine breathes deeply. "Yes, because I believed it would get better, because I believed his promises." But you left only after he chose to move closer to Robin, correct? Christine's eyes flash. I left when I realized my worth didn't depend on his attention. When I realized love shouldn't feel like competition. The audience murmurs softly. Even the judge's pen stays in mid-note. Kody's face reddens. She's rewriting history, he blurts. She walked away from the family. The judge bangs the gavel. Mr. Brown, control yourself. Christine's lawyer steps forward. Let me ask you, Christine, what made you finally decide to bring this to court? Christine's voice trembles, but her eyes are fierce. Because I found out about the accounts. The hidden ones. The money moved without my knowledge. I realized it wasn't just emotional betrayal, it was financial. Gasps. The courtroom stirs again. Robin looks at Kody, panic in her eyes. You said they'd never find out. Quiet, Kody mutters. The judge looks up sharply. Are you suggesting, Mrs. Brown, that funds were diverted secretly? Christine nods. Yes, Your Honor, and I have the records to prove it. The air feels heavy. Kody's lawyer quickly requests a recess. The judge grants it. Everyone stands, whispers, tension, disbelief. Christine exhales for the first time in hours. She steps outside the courtroom doors and leans against the wall. The hallway smells faintly of old wood and coffee, the kind of scent that belongs to places where people come to break or to heal. Approaching slowly, Janelle says in a hushed voice, You did it. Christine shakes her head. No, Janelle. I just opened the door. What comes through it now? I can't control. Inside again, Kody sits in silence. The mask is slipping. He stares at the table, his jaw clenched, his eyes distant. Robin whispers, They can't prove anything. But Kody isn't listening anymore. He's remembering something. A meeting, a transfer, a name that wasn't supposed to appear in court. He realizes too late. Christine might have proof. As the judge re-enters, Kody straightens, trying to regain control. Christine looks across at him, not with hatred, but with the calm of someone who's finally stopped being afraid. The judge clears her throat. Court will resume tomorrow at 9 a.m. Further testimony and evidence submissions will proceed. Christine gathers her files. Kody glares. Their eyes meet one last time before they leave the courtroom. Years of love, betrayal, and shared dreams condensed into a single look. Outside, the steps are swarmed with reporters shouting out questions. Christine doesn't say anything. She just walks to her car, the weight of freedom and fear pressing equally on her shoulders. Inside his own car, Kody slams the steering wheel. She thinks she can ruin me, he mutters, but she doesn't know everything. The sun dips low over Flagstaff as both sides prepare for tomorrow. Christine with her truth, Kody with his secrets, and somewhere, deep in the middle of it all, lies a revelation powerful enough to shatter everything they thought they knew. A hush spreads. The words financial misconduct sting Kody. Christine finally looks up. Their eyes meet, and for the first time in years, there's no love, just finality. Morning light cuts through the blinds at the courthouse like narrow blades, sharp and cold and unforgiving. The air feels different today. Reporters line the sidewalk out front already, microphones in hand, eyes burning with curiosity. Everyone wants to know the same thing. Did Kody Brown really hide family money? Christine steps out of her car wearing a navy blue suit, simple, firm, unshaken. But inside, her stomach twists. She is not used to being the center of this kind of attention. Every camera flash feels like judgment, every whisper, a reminder of how public her private pain has become. Inside, Kody arrives moments later. His stride is fast, his jaw tense. Robin trails behind him, whispering something under her breath, maybe reassurance, maybe fear. Kody doesn't answer. He's replaying last night's conversation in his head, with his lawyer, who said quietly, If Christine actually has those records, Kody, it could get ugly. His response was simple. Then I'll make sure she doesn't get to use them. The courtroom fills again. The same judge, the same seats, but it feels heavier in here, like everyone knows something explosive is about to surface. The judge calls order. Let's resume where we left off. Christine's lawyer rises. Your Honor, we'd like to submit Exhibit A, financial documents tracing several transfers from joint family accounts into a private account under the name K. Brown Holdings. Kody's eyes widen for just a second, long enough for the cameras in the gallery to catch it. The attorney finished. These transfers were made over an 18-month period, totaling approximately $240,000. The room erupts in a murmur of shock. The judge leans forward. Mr. Brown, do you deny these transfers? Kody clears his throat. I moved family funds around in order to better handle household expenses. There was no wrongdoing done. Christine's lawyer doesn't flinch. Then why was the account hidden? Why was Christine never informed? And why were withdrawals made to a property not listed as a family asset? Kody doesn't respond. Christine's lawyer brings up on the screen photos, documents and account statements, a photo of a house in southern Utah, a secluded property far from Flagstaff. This property, the lawyer says, was purchased 2 years ago in cash under Kody Brown Holdings, a home that, as public record shows, was visited frequently by Mr. Brown and Mrs. Robin Brown. Gasps ripple through the audience. The judge lifts her eyebrows. Mr. Brown, would you care to explain? Robin clutches Kody's arm tight, whispering, Don't say anything. But Kody can't keep quiet. We needed privacy, he says finally. After the media, after everything with Christine, I needed space to protect my family. Christine's lawyer presses, Which family, Mr. Brown? The words hit like a stone thrown through glass. Christine's hand trembles, but she doesn't look away. So that's where you were disappearing to, she says softly. While I was trying to keep the family together, you were building a new one in secret. The courtroom feels smaller now, like the walls are closing in. Kody's lawyer quickly stands. Your Honor, this line of questioning is designed to humiliate my client, not reveal facts. The judge's eyes are steady. The court will decide what is relevant, counsel. Sit down. Christine's lawyer continues with, Christine, can you tell the court how you first discovered this account? Christine nods. I wasn't looking for it. I was preparing taxes. I found a document that didn't match any of our family accounts. When I traced it, I realized the money was gone, moved slowly over months. He didn't even think I'd notice. Her voice cracks on the last sentence. Kody stares at her, lips pressed tight. The lawyer adds, And when you confronted him? Christine answers quietly. He told me it was none of my concern. That's when I realized this wasn't a marriage anymore. It was a business, and I was just one of his employees. The judge's face softens for a second, just a flicker, before she conceals it behind procedure. Kody leans in close to his attorney, whispering urgently. The lawyer nods, then rises. Your Honor, my client would like to call a character witness to show that he has always acted in the best interests of this family. The judge nods. Call your witness. Robin stands. The courtroom erupts once more. Christine shuts her eyes for a second. She knew this was coming. Robin takes a stand, her voice shaking first, then strengthening. Kody has always cared for his family. He worked hard to keep everyone safe, especially when others turned their backs on him. People only see what they want to see. Christine left when things got tough. She walked away from her covenant. Christine's solicitor rises. Mrs. Brown, are you saying emotional neglect is not grounds for separation? Robin shakes her head. I'm saying loyalty means staying even when it hurts. Christine whispers to herself, That's not loyalty. That's losing yourself. Robin continues, We built this family together, but when Christine stopped believing in us, Kody was left to pick up the pieces. The attorney walks closer. And that house in Utah, was that part of picking up the pieces? Robin's face freezes. I can't answer that. The judge tilts her head. You are under oath, Mrs. Brown. Robin breathes out shakily. It was supposed to be a retreat, a backup plan in case the show ended. Kody wanted something stable for the kids. Christine looks directly at her. You mean your kids? The silence afterwards seems almost alive. Kody clutches the table so hard his knuckles are white. This is a witch hunt, he growls, his voice low but boiling. You're turning our family into entertainment. Christine stands up slowly. No, Kody. You did that the moment you turned love into a transaction. The judge slams the gavel down. Order! Both of you sit down. Christine smiles faintly. I don't want to win, Janelle. I just want it to stop hurting off to the side. Kody is seething. She's making me look like a criminal, he growls. Robin places a comforting hand upon his shoulder. We'll fix it. You still have that folder, right? He stops for a moment. See, but if that comes out, it's not just me who'll fall. Robin looks at him, pale. What do you mean? He hesitates, then whispers something that makes her face drain of color. Back in court, Christine's lawyer readies new evidence, a USB drive given to her anonymously the night before. This, she tells Christine, might change everything. Christine looks nervous. What's on it? Bank statements, her attorney responds, and something else. Something personal. Christine's heart is racing. Who sent it? Her attorney shakes her head. No name, just a note that said, "The truth deserves to be heard." Court resumes. Christine's lawyer stands, holding the drive. Your Honor, we've received new evidence relevant to this case. Kody's attorney immediately objects. This is improper. We haven't reviewed it. The judge narrows her eyes. Then you'll have time. The court will reconvene tomorrow morning to review the material. Kody glares across the room, his eyes scanning faces, Christine, her lawyer, the gallery, but one face stands out, Mary's. She's watching him with something between fear and guilt. Christine frowns. What do you mean? Mary looks around nervously. That house. It wasn't Kody's idea. Christine's eyes widen. Then whose was it? Mary hesitates, with tears brimming in her eyes. Robin's. She planned it. All of it. The world appears to stand still around Christine as she steps back, her mind racing. You're saying? Yes, Mary says, voice trembling. She's the one who told him how to hide the money. As the sun sets, Christine drives home in silence, the weight of Mary's words pressing against her chest. The USB sits in her bag like a ticking bomb waiting to detonate the next morning. In the other house, Robin stands at her window, staring out at the darkening sky. Kody paces behind her, muttering about lawyers and lies. She says nothing, but her reflection in the glass shows fear. Real, raw fear. She whispers to herself, if she plays that file, everything ends. The next morning breaks under a bruised gray sky, the kind of sky that feels heavy with secrets. Outside the courthouse, cameras crowd the steps like vultures, waiting for the first sign of blood. Reporters whisper about the mystery USB, the one that could destroy everything the Browns built. Christine steps out of her car, clutching her bag close to her chest. Inside it, the drive hums softly, silent but powerful, the truth in digital form. She is calm, but her hands shake a little as she readjusts her blazer. Beside her, Janelle walks quietly, offering the kind of comfort that doesn't require words. Inside, Kody is already seated. He sits erect, his face unreadable. Robin is seated next to him, her hand clutched tightly into his, but her eyes keep darting in Christine's direction with a look of unease. The judge enters. This court is now in session. We are going to review the new evidence submitted yesterday. Christine's lawyer stands, plugging in the USB. The courtroom holds its collective breath as the screen lights up. Folders appear. Statements, transfers, videos. The lawyer opens the first folder. Bank transfers flash across the monitor. Exact dates, amounts, and signatures. Christine watches silently as the numbers tell a story she already knows too well. But then comes the second folder. Videos. The attorney hesitates. Your Honor, these appear to be personal recordings. The judge nods. If relevant to the case, proceed. The video starts. It's grainy, obviously taken from a phone camera. Kody's voice fills the room. We move the money gradually. Christine will not suspect anything, gasps. Robin's face goes white. Another voice chimes in, hers. And once it is under the holding account, we are going to use it to secure the property. No one needs to know. Kody slams his hand against the table. That's taken out of context, he yells. The voice of the judge cuts through sharply. Sit down, Mr. Brown. Christine can't move. Her whole world is spinning in slow motion. The courtroom is a storm now. Gasps, whispers, eyes wide with shock. Robin bursts into tears. That video! It wasn't supposed to be. I didn't know it was still saved. Kody turns on her instantly. You recorded us? She shakes her head wildly. No, I made it for records in case things went wrong. Christine's attorney steps forward. So you did help plan the hidden transfers? Robin's voice breaks as she says, I thought it was for the family. I didn't know he'd... Kody cuts her off, his voice rising with desperation. Don't you dare turn this on me, Robin. You told me it was safe. The judge bangs his gavel. Enough. The tension is electric. The spectators are frozen. Only after a minute or so does the judge break the silence with a measured tone. This video changes the course of this case. We will recess briefly while counsel review its admissibility. The bailiff announces the break, but nobody moves. Christine's gaze lingers on the screen long after it goes black. She murmurs, "All those years, every time I felt crazy, I wasn't." Janelle places a hand on her shoulder. "You were just trusting the wrong people." Outside the courtroom, chaos reigns. Reporters shout questions. "Christine, did you know about the video?" "Robin, were you the one who exposed it?" "Kody, will you face charges?" Security keeps them apart, but the damage is already done. Robin breaks down near the hallway bench. "I didn't mean for this to happen," she whispers to no one in particular. Mary, who has been standing nearby, now speaks. "You knew exactly what you were doing, Robin." "You just didn't think it would catch up." Robin looks up at her, tear-streaked. "Why would you turn on me now?" Mary's expression is cold. "Because I spent years protecting lies. I'm done." Back inside, the lawyers regroup. Kody's attorney leans in close. "This looks bad, Kody. That recording, it's enough for criminal charges." Kody leans back, eyes dark. "Then we change the narrative. We say Christine set this up." His lawyer frowns. "That's risky." Kody's voice drops to a whisper. "She's been recording us too. I'm sure of it." Court resumes. The judge looks stern. "I've reviewed the material. The video is admissible as evidence." Kody's attorney stands quickly. "Your Honor, my client was manipulated. Mrs. Brown orchestrated this as a means of revenge. There's no proof these funds caused any harm." Christine's attorney fires back. "No harm. This family's finances were drained, trust destroyed, and property hidden. This isn't revenge. It's accountability." Christine stands, her voice firm though it shakes. "I didn't bring this to ruin him. I brought it because I needed the truth to mean something." Even Kody is quiet for a moment. The judge sighs. "We'll have testimony now. Mrs. Robin Brown, back to the stand." Robin looks pale but complies. The lawyer says, "Mrs. Brown, did you assist in moving funds from joint family accounts?" She hesitates, then nods weakly. "Yes, but I was told it was temporary." The lawyer presses. "Told by whom?" She glances at Kody. "By him." The courtroom gasps again. Kody glares at her, whispering furiously, "You're done. You've just signed your own." The judge slams the gavel again. "Mr. Brown." Christine watches silently. There's no triumph in her eyes, only exhaustion. As day winds down, the judge calls adjournment. The air is thick, but something has shifted. The crowd knows it. The story isn't just of a marriage gone sour anymore. It's of deceit, greed, and betrayal wrapped up in the illusion of faith. Outside, Christine walks alone to her car. She pulls out her phone. There's one new message from an unknown number. "You think you've seen everything?" There's one more file. She looks around, scanning the crowd, but no one's watching her. Her pulse is racing. She opens the attachment, a blurred image, barely visible. But she recognizes the room in an instant. It's Robin's house. Inside, Kody and Robin sit close, whispering over papers. The timestamp is just last week. Christine's breath catches. They're still hiding something. That night, Christine lies awake, the glow of her laptop illuminating her face as she replays the courtroom footage, the testimony, the cracks forming between Kody and Robin. Every second confirms what she feels inside. This isn't over. Meanwhile, in a house across town, Kody looks out the window while Robin sobs quietly behind him. They're turning everyone. Morning breaks like judgment itself, gray, heavy, and final. The courthouse stands against a cloudy sky, its windows reflecting the storm brewing inside. Reporters crowd the steps, their cameras flashing with restless hunger. They know today could end everything. The lies, the accusations, the sister wives saga that turned into a courtroom battlefield. Inside, Christine sits quietly at the plaintiff's table, hands folded. She's wearing a deep navy dress, calm, steady, and unshaken. But her eyes? They burn with something stronger than anger now, resolve. Across from her, Kody leans way back in his chair, feigning a confidence he doesn't feel. His lawyer prompts in a whisper, "If we can discredit that new evidence, you still have a chance." Kody nods, his jaw tight. "I always have a chance. I built this family. I built this life." Christine's lawyer looks over. "And now you're about to lose it." The judge enters. Court is now in session. They all rise. The air seems different, heavier, more electric. Christine's attorney stands up. Your Honor, before closing arguments, my client would like to submit one final piece of evidence obtained legally through a subpoena yesterday. A murmur ripples through the crowd. Kody's lawyer immediately objects. We were not informed. The judge raises a hand. Proceed. Let's see it. Christine's attorney steps forward with a small sealed envelope. Inside this envelope is the record of a safe deposit box registered under Kody Brown's name at Ironview Credit Union. The contents were accessed multiple times during the course of this trial. Kody shifts uncomfortably. That's a lie. I haven't. Undeterred, the lawyer presses on. Inside that box were documents detailing unreported income from the family's joint appearances diverted to an account in Arizona under the alias K. Roberts. We have verification from the bank's compliance department. The courtroom falls silent. The color drains from Kody's face. Even Robin, silent and sitting behind him, covers her mouth in surprise. Christine doesn't speak. She just watches, the truth finally walking into the room on its own 2 feet. Kody's lawyer stammers, Your Honor, these records could have been fabricated. We demand time to verify, but the judge leans forward, voice sharp. Mr. Brown, did you or did you not authorize those transactions? Kody opens his mouth, then hesitates. Everyone waits. Even the reporters lower their cameras, sensing the moment. He finally says, voice cracking, I did what I had to. For the family, Christine gives a small, bitter laugh. For the family? Or for yourself? The judge bangs her gavel once. Order! But the damage is done. That one admission, half defense, half confession, seals his fate. Christine's lawyer speaks softly but firmly. No further questions, Your Honor. The judge takes a deep breath. After reviewing all testimony and evidence, this court finds substantial cause to freeze all remaining joint assets pending further criminal review. Additionally, custody and property decisions will reflect the proven mismanagement by Mr. Brown. Kody slams his fist onto the table. You can't take my family from me. The judge doesn't bat an eye. Mr. Brown, you took them from yourself. Christine bows her head and tears well up, not of victory, but of release. All the years of silence, manipulation, and betrayal had come down to this moment, this one moment of justice. The voice of the judge echoes around the chamber. Court adjourned. The gavel falls, and the sound is like thunder finally breaking the storm. As the courtroom clears, Robin approaches Christine cautiously. You did what I couldn't, she whispers. Christine looks at her, weary but kind. No, Robin. We both did what we had to. Robin nods slowly. They say the DA will file charges soon. Christine sighs. Maybe. But what matters now is that the truth's out there. No more hiding. 2 women who were once enemies share in a long, quiet look, both bound by the same scars. The crowd surges outside. Cameras flash. Microphones reach for Christine's voice. One reporter calls out, Christine, what's next for you? She takes a pause, then turns and looks right into the lens. Healing, that's what's next now. For me, for every woman who's ever been told her silence was loyalty. The reporters erupt in questions, but Christine just walks away. Slow, steady, free. Behind her, Kody stands alone on the steps of the courthouse. Cameras circle him like vultures. His voice shakes as he mutters, They'll forget. They always forget. But as he looks up, he sees something that makes him falter. Fans holding signs that read, For the first time, Kody realizes, maybe the world won't forget. Later that evening, Christine sits on her porch, the desert sun sinking behind the red hills. She opens her phone and scrolls through the messages, hundreds of comments from supporters. One catches her eye. You gave us strength. Don't stop telling your story. She smiles wryly and answers, Someday I will tell it all. She looks toward the horizon as the wind whispers across the yard the same horizon she had once dreamed of escaping. Now it's not about running, it's about reclaiming her peace. The screen fades to black. So, what do you think? Did Christine finally get the justice she deserved, or do you think Kody's story still has more to uncover? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because this courtroom may be closed, but the truth is just getting started. Gee, I did what I had to. For the family. Christine gives a small, bitter laugh. For the family? Or for yourself? Her gavel pounds onto the bench once. Order. But the damage is done. In that one admission, half defense, half confession, his fate is sealed. Christine's lawyer speaks in a soft yet firm tone. No further questions, Your Honor. The judge takes a deep breath. After reviewing all testimony and evidence, this court finds substantial cause to freeze all remaining joint assets pending further criminal review. Additionally, custody and property decisions will reflect the proven mismanagement by Mr. Brown. Kody slams his fist on the table. You can't take my family from me. The judge doesn't even blink. Mr. Brown, you took them from yourself. Christine bows her head, tears welling up, but not of triumph or victory, just release. Years of silence, manipulation, and betrayal had all built up to this one moment of justice. The judge's voice echoes through the chamber. Court adjourned. The gavel comes down, the sound like thunder finally breaking the storm. As the courtroom begins to clear, Robin approaches Christine cautiously. You did what I couldn't, she whispers. Christine looks at her, weary but kind. No, Robin, we both did what we had to. Robin nods slowly. They say the DA will file charges soon. Christine sighs. Mungkin. But what matters now is that the truth is finally out there. No more hiding. The two women share a long, quiet look. Two people who were once enemies, now bound by the same scars. Outside, the crowd surges. Cameras flash. Microphones reach for Christine's voice. One reporter shouts, Christine, what's next for you? She pauses, peering directly into the lens. Healing. That's what's next. For me and for every woman who's ever been told her silence was loyalty. The reporters mob her with questions, but Christine simply turns and walks away, slow, steady, free. Kody is left on the steps of the courthouse alone, where cameras circle him like vultures. His voice shakes as he mutters, They'll forget. They always forget. But as he looks up, he sees something that makes him falter, fans holding signs that read, For the first time, Kody realizes, maybe the world won't forget.